Hi everybody, I'm Phil Thompson and welcome to this mini lesson video on the 2013-14 South Carolina All-State Clinic Band required audition etude for bass clarinet. I'll give a brief description of how I played the piece and followed by a performance of the piece itself. I suggest too, if you haven't seen it already, check out the intro video for All-State Band auditions. I'll give you a little brief description on how to take such an audition, and it's available at the top of my instructional videos drop-down page on the website www.woodwindperformance.com. It's also available on YouTube. So I hope you'll find this information helpful, and best of luck with your audition this year. Alright, in this required competition piece, I think the judges are going to be listening for three things. Number one, phrasing. We'll talk about that in a moment. You can see my breath marks in here. Number two, they're going to be listening for dynamic contrast. Exaggerate the difference. Softer softs, louder louds. That's the way this music was played back in its day. And third, I think the judges are going to be particularly interested in how you handle the trills in the allegro, which we'll come to in just a second. In the largo, quarter note equals 60. It's asked for, stick to it, don't play any faster. That's the musical way to play this piece. That's what you've been asked to do. Dynamic contrast, I've already mentioned that. I circle the ones in there that I really want to bring out. Breathing. I always do this in the beginning of my music. I put a reminder breath to take a big breath, maybe a little catch breath, and away I go. It relaxes me, helps with my nerves. If you go through my music, you'll see breaths that have parentheses. I may or may not have taken those. Those are there to take if you need them. When you're nervous, sometimes you need a little extra air in spots that you normally wouldn't take. I put these marks in my music to connect a phrase and not breathe. That doesn't mean slur, I just don't breathe. If you plan here, you can easily go 4 bars in one breath. I think that brings out that crescendo into the fortissimo there. Also on this piece, you end on probably one of the nastiest notes on all clarinets, bass clarinet included, the lovely throat tone B flat. You might try this if you can become comfortable with it. You're coming from a C, you got to go across the break to a B flat. When you go to the B flat, play your regular B flat with left hand, first finger and thumb, but try leaving some of the other fingers down that were already down on the C. For instance, you could leave your right hand 1, 2, and 3 fingers down. It's what we call masking, and it helps bring out the sounds, so to speak. You might try going across the break from C to B flat, leave those 3 down, and also in your left hand, you already had fingers 2 and 3 down, leave them down. It really will open up the sound. If you're not comfortable with that technique by the time you take your audition, don't do it. You don't want to be playing anything physically that you're not comfortable with. If so, use it, bring out a better B flat, the judges will notice. In the allegro vivace, again, loud, soft contrast. Bring it out. This is 144. This is a fast moving 4/4 tempo. No faster, no slower. The breath marks are obvious. Again, I've put these little markings in here. If you can avoid breathing before the trills, do so. You got enough to worry about with the trills. As far as the tongue notes, I'm using a ta release with the notes so that there's a little bit of space on each quarter note, in between each quarter note, that's not slurred. This is important. It's part of the style from the time period. Now, the trills. What I suggest at 144, and if you look down here, I've mapped these out for you. For instance, on the C trill, I only go up 1 time to the D and then the 2 grace notes, a total of 5 notes, a quintuplet. At 144, honestly, that's all you've got time to do. Try it. I think it'll clean this piece up for you. Okay, I think that's about it. So give a listen to how I perform this next, and best of luck with it.